My name is Mark Victor. I am a rune reader, an eclectic pagan, and I work out of a shop called A Peaceful Path in Worth, Illinois. This is a video I wanted to hit for a lot of people because we are locked up in our homes right now. We're not supposed to be in public gatherings. We do have a full moon coming up, the full pink moon. It's the first full moon of the spring season, and I can't bring myself to do a ritual online or a ritual in public. To me, what we do, what anybody does in any religion, it's really, to me, it's personal, it's private, and it's about what your own connection to the divine is. And I have a hard time doing something online or live for anybody and all to participate in. It's hard to cast a circle around the world and hope that nobody will use something like an event for ritual, for manifesting, for bad purposes. And to me, it is also very personal, it's very private. We do the public rituals at the shop, and I love doing them. I facilitate them. It doesn't mean I'm just a putz like everybody else. I facilitate. I make everybody else in the room participate in the rituals because it's a public ritual. It's their ritual, as you can do for yourself on Tuesday should you choose. For me, and I go back and forth on this a lot, my biggest issue is because it is so private and because it's not meant to be a public thing to me, like a church service or anything that you would do on your own. There's a part, it's with the charge of the goddess, that to me it makes so much sense and why it is done so privately. And in the beginning of it, it says, whenever ye have need of anything, once in the month, and better it be when the moon is full, then shall you assemble in some secret place and adore the spirit of me, who am queen of the witches. And there's a part there too, and it goes towards the end, and thou who thinketh to seek for me, know thy seeking and yearning shall avail thee not, unless you knoweth the mystery, that if that which you seeketh you findest not within you, you'll never find it outside of you. And I love that. I paraphrase that last part because I got lost in the these and thous. To me, this is a time of manifesting. Full moons, new moons, hell, every day is a time of manifesting. Like I've said during many rituals that many people have been through, dumb it down. Keep it simple. It can be as basic as going outside and just let yourself breathe, meditate, connect to the earth, light a bonfire, focus on the fire. But you're working with the energy of the full moon, which is going to be to rid yourself of anything and obstacles that would be in the way of what you want to come, okay? I also think that this could be done as formal as you want it. It could be done with anything you have at home. Myself, I've got, well, a little 12 by 18 space that I use for an altar when I do my personal stuff at home. That's all I have. Here at the shop, I get to do a whole table. We got a room full of people. It's freaking awesome. But the space doesn't matter. What you use doesn't matter. It's about your intent. Now, should you choose, I'm going to give you a few different options here. I know my table looks like crap, right? If Bridget was here right now, sorry, Bridget, she'd be like, your table, what are you thinking here, right? I'm going to have a link in this video to my website. It's going to be on my blog page, okay? With some stuff that you can download. There'll be 2 pages. It's a PDF and it's for free. Things you can use, okay, in place of, say, if you don't have candles, you don't have a god or a goddess statue, whatever it is you don't have. And these are just what I'm choosing to work with. But this is the basics of anything. It's about your intent, people. It's more than about the mechanics. I can't tell you how many times we've had people call in the elements and all of a sudden, hey, brain surgeon, I forgot to light the candles, for God's sakes. Did it offend them? No, they were welcomed. We honored them. We called them in. But so be it. So is something like this, with all the candles for all the elements and all the directions, more important than you know, and then you would have the goddess and the god candles, okay, you know, with it. Is it as important as having maybe one candle going if you choose, or if you don't have all the different colors to represent earth, air, fire, water, spirit, goddess, God. White would work for it. It's an all-purpose candle. Black would work. It's an all-purpose candle. Just so you know, work with what you have on hand. I'm also going to have a little link down below to a friend of mine. Her name is Sarah. Her Facebook page is Wyldcrafter, on how to take candles you already have and make them into something new. So it doesn't even, it's about your intent. Again, one candle lit will do the whole thing, should you choose. Now I can get this out of the way. There's other things that you can do too. I myself am going to work with Frey on this one here during this ritual. He's a fertility god. Long story short, I'll write about him. I just want to keep this short and simple. So is this more important than a little picture of him? I think no. And I think it's about, again, your intent and how you look at it is important. And I think even his name would be important, whichever god or goddess you choose to work with. There are some basics that I do believe when it comes to ritual. And if you are going to do something on your own at home, calling in the elements, earth, air, fire, and water. What does earth feel like? If you're earth, what does it feel like? What does it feel like to be air? What does it feel like to be fire? What does it feel like to be water? And then to be pure spirit, that part of you that is part of the universe, that's part of the sun, moon, and stars, that is so much more important than what we think we are. Connect to that. Just think about it for a second, should you choose. And again, I'll have something to call them in if you want. But if you don't have the candles at home, so be it. Again, I'm going to give you something to download and you can cut them out. And I'll have pictures to show you what it would look like on a basic altar if you really feel the need for that. You can use so many other things though too. Representations of the god and the goddess, you would have, okay, a chalice, okay, for the goddess, right? And then, okay, here's another chalice for the goddess. But if you don't have one of these, a cup. You're going to have to do with what we have at home. We're locked up in our houses. These are different times. And back in the day, it wasn't like there was a lot of stuff to work with out when in the fields without anything to work with. So anything that's representative, that's up to you. Is this as a knife to represent the god more important, less important than this? Or I don't have my big knife that I would normally use. You can use those as representations, doing with what you have at home at this moment in time. And again, if you don't have what you need to call in, like the elements, like light a candle or honor them, you can also, as you do it, calling in earth, ring a bell. Is this bell any less and more important than? It's about calling them in and saying welcome. And when you release them at the end, it's about saying farewell and thank you for coming. Just as important to me either way. On this ritual, I do think that this is a good time to write down anything it is that you wish for. In the here and now, you have to believe that you have it already. You just have to get there. You got to get to that moment in time. There's a little petition, and if you choose not to download it, just write it on a piece of paper, and that's it. Write down whatever it is you want to get rid of, and that's an obstacle in the way of what do you want, okay? So what do you want in this moment in time? If you're going to ask for money for something, like money for your house payment, just ask for abundance. My opinion, I always say, keep it simple, stupid, dumb it down. You can ask the universe for, say, your mortgage payment's like $1,500, okay? Ask for the $1,500, but what if you just ask for abundance instead? You could get that $1,500, but what if the universe wanted to give you more? Don't limit what you'll take from the universe. So that is my opinion. And then should you choose, after you put your energy into your petition, normally what I have people do is hold it up to their heart. You picture the universe, you picture the energy from Mama Moon coming down through your head into your heart space, and you fill up your little petition here. Let it flow into there, and then you breathe your energy, your breath into it 3 times, real tough. from deep in. So if you feel it, I always use a little spit, so it's a little bit of my energy. You can burn it and release it to the universe. You can rip it up and let the universe take it away, let it go out to the wind. I know it's like a little bit of littering. It is paper. It will melt into the earth. It is biodegradable. Don't use plastic. If you use plastic, you're not that bright to start with. You shouldn't be playing around with this, my opinion. But for what do I know? And does it make more importance if you burn it in a little cauldron or if you burn it in a little bowl that's meant for something to be burnt in? The whole purpose of this today is to tell you it's not about being at a ritual with a group of people. It's not about somebody leading a ritual. It's about your personal connection to the divine. Anybody who has sat through anything that I have done throughout my rituals that I'm at, that I get the honor of facilitating, you know that the power is in your hands. It's all about your strength, your connection to the divine. I'm just there and having the honor of writing down, leading, because whatever I write down, they do what they want anyways, leading through it, okay? So you're gonna have to take the power into your own hands, which is what I'm all about anyways. I'd rather teach people to do instead of do for. Never should anybody be dependent on anybody else, because you know what? I might be there helping to facilitate a ritual, but God darn it, you're the ones that are doing the work. You know, it's like you can thank me all day for all you want to. I don't care. I'm not the one who did it. If you do the work, that's on you. Congratulations. If you didn't, that's on you too. So, and we have to be willing. I'll tell you this, peeps, in this time, whatever you ask the universe for, and I have said this many times and people want to punch me, you have to be willing to take it in whatever shape or form the universe gives it to you. Not necessarily the pretty picture we have in our minds. So what I think to do is get yourself sat down. If you do choose to do something where you call everything out, instead of just like a little meditation where you connect to the universe, again, it doesn't have to be formal. It could be basic. There's so many solitary practitioners out there. Just making a wish and throwing it out to the universe at this point in time, it helps. But the more energy you put into it, this is any spell work, ritual, everything, it's just the more energy you put into it, the more you focus on it, the more you bring that intent to you and bring your energy up high, okay? You want laughter, you want to be joyful, not from a place of fear. Fear will get in the way or doubt of your manifestation coming to you. It'll be a little bit slower. Again, my opinion, I am no expert on anything on this earth. I'm just a dude on his path like the rest of y'all. However, again, about making do with what we have at home, there are so many different ways to do so. And again, I'm going to show with what I printed. You can print out if you choose or not. That's up to you. I called a few friends and saw different ideas on what to do. Myself, I'm a rune guy. So for me, I would use runes for this. And I laugh because on my table, I've got a little symbol here that I always have, and it's always for the elements: earth, air, fire, water, and a little spot in the middle for spirit. And this has been on my table that I've had for years just to honor the elements in. But I would use, well, and I'll take a better picture too, Yera, because it would represent earth to me, because that's harvest from the ground. Air, I would use on Zeus for this, because that's wisdom, knowledge from the divine. That's from the air, that's from the universe. That's where I would go. That's from your spoken word. Fire, Kanaz, I would use that. That's our passions. Laguz, I would use, because this is water, knowledge, wisdom. Going underwater, you would learn and come back up from the well. For spirit, Suwilu, don't get me going on this rune. This is the rune that is of what is all that is greatness, magnificent of us in the universe. That which makes us so much more than what we think we are. And that includes our flaws, which is what makes us freaking cool anyways. For the goddess, Berkano, because that's about the birth, the woman. This is a female rune, feminine rune. I could go Perthro on that one, but it goes too many different ways. I'm going to go Berkano on this one here. Tiwaz, it's about the male energy, the male aspect. So to me, these are what I would use. It's just if I don't have candles, I can lay these out. I can put these down just to honor the elements, and I bring them in. When you call on earth, you know, earth, come and join my sacred circle. Bring your energy. thank you for coming. Hey, welcome. You can keep it simple, but I like to write a little something that goes with the energy out there. I am just focusing this full moon on just the energy of really what it is. The energy, the first full moon of spring. There's too much energy out there, astrology and all this other stuff. Never claim to be an astrologist. I do claim to look up some different energies and see what I vibe with. I got like 3 astrologers that are my go-to. I love Astrology King. Look him up. He's freaking awesome. However, I'm not an astrologer. I can just go with what feels and vibes to me. So I'm not going to go on what we have to work with or not. There's enough fear and crap out there in the universe right now. Let's focus on what we want, what we need, what we will have, what we already have. We just have to get to that moment in time. Now, I called Deanne. She is a tarot reader here. I wanted to ask what tarot would represent, because a lot of people have tarot cards at home. Again, this video is to work with what you have without having to run out and buy ritual supplies and things that really, all right, I work at a spiritual shop. My ex-wife owns a spiritual shop. This is important stuff. I am full-blown pagan, and to me, this is my life. I live, breathe, shit this stuff, right? But is it worth your life? Is it worth taking your health into, consideration? No. There's people getting sick and dying out there. Stay home. In my honest opinion, make do with what you have. It's not about what you use. It's about your intent. I think you've heard me say that 3 or 4 times through this. It's about your intent. Just saying. I'll put it out there. So I use runes. That's what I have readily on hand. I'm not a tarot reader, never claimed to be. I know enough to be dangerous where I can question a reading, but then I always get it wrong anyways. So I asked Deanne what the tarot would represent. What, because a lot of people have tarot cards at home. This I had to take notes, peeps, sorry. Because again, I'm not a tarot person. So for Earth, you would use the Ace of Pentacles, because this would be about new earthly beginnings, new things brought into the realm of the physical here. So this would represent Earth very well. Her name's Deanne Joy, by the way. Check her out on Facebook. She's an awesome, awesome tarot reader. Air, Ace of Swords. Swords for representing new wisdoms, okay? Fire, Ace of Wands, okay? That would go with spiritual new beginnings. I loved it. Okay. Water, Ace of Cups. The cups hold water, emotional spot, emotional aspects, so she would use that. And I love this for the goddess. She would say the high priestess would vibe very well with her, because it represents more like the higher self, which is the feminine part of the universe, that we are all made feminine and masculine energy. And then what I loved was when she hit the Magician, okay? New creation in the physical world, okay? That's like, boom, right there. Everything you would need to lay out as you call the elements in and put this down to honor them. You can ring a bell, you can even just tap on the table, or you can just even thank them for coming, okay? That's all you need to do. And this is if you have tarot cards readily on hand, which a lot of pagans do. Not me. I no, can't do it. However, for shits and giggles, nobody laugh at me because I am on a Norse background, okay? I like more hardcore. I like more in-your-face type stuff. However, I've got one deck of cards. Don't laugh at me. They're called Whispers of Lord Ganesh, and I love this deck. Yes, they might be a little fluffy compared to the runes, which are more blunt and in my face, but my God, are these things dead on for me? Why? I don't know. If I could figure it out, I don't know. I'd make millions with it. But now there are different cards that were in here. I just looked to see if there was anything that would represent the elements, the god, the goddess, right? So I'm laughing at this. So for Earth, I mean, it's like really, I'm looking at this and it's about personal transformation. As with anything physical, we have to work in the earth. Our ancestors, they used to have to dig in the earth in order to plant their seeds. We live by that season. So personal transformation from Lord Ganesh, Whispers of Ganesh cards, go figure. Okay. Air, that's your wisdom, the knowledge that comes. And again, from learning, insight, again, perfect card that I could use from this. Fire, yeah. Determination. What gets you more fired up than when you're determined to do something? Okay, so I love that one there too, and I'm laughing. Water, that's about wisdom and knowing yourself. That's about your emotional part, so then inner knowing. So that would work. For the goddess, nurturing. What does a mom do? A mother do? Nurtures. I love that one. Don't get me going on that. And then for the male, divine support, like a father would push their son, okay, or daughter. And these are out of divination cards, that's oracle cards, which so many people have. And I guarantee you, if you go through a deck, whatever it is you have, you might find something in there. What this whole purpose of this video is to tell you, don't let a full moon pass you by here. It's always about manifesting. Yes, the world kind of sucks right now out there. It's interesting at best. Actually, it doesn't suck. It's just different right now. And we'll just have to deal with one day at a time. Does that mean we have to let your spiritual beliefs go to the wayside? No, in any capacity. Now, again, Christianity, just because they're closing down the churches, does that mean my mom shouldn't pray? No, my mom should pray. That woman's got a direct connect to the big guy. I swear to God, if she only knew. It's phenomenal. I mean, so just because times are tough doesn't mean to give up on what you do spiritually, because I got to tell you, after doing this for years in a row now, it's life-changing, and that goes with any belief system. So I think in these times, just because you haven't led a ritual before doesn't mean that you can't do your own little manifesting. You can't throw something out to the universe, even if it's as basic as grounding your feet into the earth, thinking about what you want, thinking what earth feels like, air, water, fire, what does that all feel like? And then put your intent into anything you want. You can put it into your little petition, burn it, you can like rip it up and let it go to the wind. You can put it into a river rock, okay, and throw that into some water. So let it flow through from there. There are so many different ways of manifesting, it's not even funny. There's different crystals that you can lay out for each one, which I'll have a list of too. But like for earth, petrified wood, tiger iron, desert selenite rose, and pretty much any jasper. Jaspers are rock star from the earth to me. Air, sodalite, clear quartz, and smoky quartz, because that's it's about speaking. Clear quartz, can't go wrong with that, and it's definitely clear, airy. It's an amplifier. Smoky quartz kind of brings in through our dreams, to me at least, through our inner wisdom, through when our minds are shut down a little bit more. Fire, carnelian, fire agate, red jasper. This all works very well to represent fire, should you choose. Water, opalite, coral, rose quartz, and seashells, anything representing water. For spirit, I would go with amethyst or fluorite. To me, I love fluorite more than I'm a fluorite guy. Everything with me was fluorite, because it's like it deals with mind, body, spirit. Because to be a whole person, we are spiritual, mental, and physical beings on this earth, okay? And you need all to be in line to be complete. Otherwise, something's off, and then it shows in your world. If something's off spiritually, look at your house. You can see where it manifests this way, where it's like a mess, or if like your mind is a mess and your spiritual life goes to hell. It's about finding that little balance there. So, to sum this all up, you have the power in your own hands to do this. It doesn't matter who leads a ritual, or if there is no one leading the ritual. There are millions of solitary witches out there. Is it any more important to go through all the steps, all the mechanics, okay, or the intent? To me, it's about the intent. Everything else is just focusing more as you do it, bringing you into that space, keeping you more focused on your intent. If you really want it, you're going to be focused on it. Now, here's the scoop, though. If you do not believe you can have it, don't waste your time. The universe will give you what you want. You have to be willing to take it. However, the universe gives it to you. And trust me, I am the king of asking for stuff, And that pretty picture that I have in my freaking head never works out, but it comes out better at the end of the day. Yeah, it comes out better. And I'm a walking comedy sitcom. Good times with that. If it comes to things of less is more at times, just write abundance if you want money, if you need money. Not enough to pay my rent or my bills for this month. Just ask for abundance, love, no names, no faces. Everybody thinks they know who should love them or who they should love. That's like doing a love spell over somebody. Think about it. If I did a love spell over you, wouldn't you be a little pissed off about it? I would. And I know eventually it'll wear off and you're going to end up hating that which you loved or you thought anyways. So dumb it down all the way around and never, ever doubt the power of your own spirit. One thing I will tell you on this great earth, and I have had many great teachers, I have seen many great people out there spiritually, there is no greatness of spirit, because one day we are all going to die. Not today. I'm not that good of a psychic, okay? I wouldn't want to know anyways. What I'm trying to tell you is when we die, we are all going back home to where we came from, whatever your belief system. And we're all going to be part of that sun, the moon, the stars, all that same energy. And we're all on an equal playing field, okay? So that's my opinion. And that's, again, my opinion. There's nobody that has a greater strength, a greater connection to the universe than yourself, okay? As for me, nobody knows my spirit better than myself, nor should anybody know yours, okay? Please just trust in your own power. Take your power back during these times. I think there's a reason, there's always a reason for shit that goes on. Don't ask me what it is. I mean, okay, why is everybody getting sick? I wish there was a good, valid reason for it. However, I have noticed going inward. I have noticed more of what's important. I have noticed trying to keep sane. For somebody who's a hermit, you would think this is like heaven for me. I'm going nuts at home. You would think there would be some reason behind all this. Who knows? But if anything, it's just to find your own power, find your own strength, and to have trust in the universe, have trust in yourself, and to just get through today to the next day. And then after that day, get through to the next day. No playing chess with your life. I think we all look too far ahead and we tend to screw the pooch a little bit because looking too far, we look for everything that can go wrong. So what happens when you look for everything that can go wrong? It does. How about we look for what we have, okay? And again, this is not in any way, shape, or form a be-all, end-all video about how to cast a circle, how to do a ritual. This is for those that have done this before, okay? I'm just telling you, if you're feeling the need for it, there are options for you, okay? I'm telling you to make do with what you have at home. Yeah, you can run out to the shop, Bridget Sheet, or any shop that has like curbside delivery. You can run out and buy candles and stuff. Do you really need to? Is it worth your health? I don't think so. And again, to me, I'm going to be making do with what actually I'm filming this at the shop, so I'm going to have to owe Bridget a little money for the stuff that I want to kind of sort of steal to take home, which I am going to pay for. Karma's a bitch, and I got enough issues as it is. So I'll have what I need, for certain things. But even if I don't, I've got enough stuff at home, I'll do without. So I hope this is of help. Honestly, I wouldn't say this if I don't believe it. You've got the power inside you. It's your own connection to the divine. It's your own belief in yourself. And it's also owning that you are so much more than what you believe you are. And then you got to be willing to take it. You have to see that you are worth everything. Myself, when I look at things in my way, you are due 3 things on this earth as your birthright. You are due love, you are due joy, and you are due abundance. This is all that is due to you, okay? Wow, it's fucking phenomenal having all that. Sorry, I do drop F-bombs. It's who I am. If you have love in your life, if you have joy, if you have abundance, that goes to every aspect, and then it goes and flows outwards. You can't go wrong, because one day you will die, and that's all that's due to you. What is the story you're leaving behind? And it's easier said than done right now not to worry. Sorry, we're all worrying a little bit. I do too. And then I have to slap myself down. But before you do anything when you're manifesting, do something to bring your energy up. I put on a stupid little 5-second song that drives you nuts. There's that stupid song, Fireflies. Oh my God, it always makes me laugh. Look it up. I don't know who sings it, but it drives me insane. You want to really drive yourself nuts where you're going to laugh, put on Feral, because I'm happy, and don't want me singing it. Or anything with Alvin and the Chipmunks. Oh my God. Thank you, my friend Janice, for sharing that with me. So people, I hope this helped a little bit. If you do want a little something to print out, I'll have it on my log to my link to my website where you can download it. It's a PDF thing. It's all free, and it's up to you if you need to use it or not. I'd like to see you do it on your own, though, my opinion. I'm going to put a little link in the box below here for my friend Sarah's page. I believe it's Wyldcrafter, WYLDCRAFTER. I'll have it there for sure. She just did something about recycling candles and making what you have into something new. And she's using like pop can tops and stuff. It's really kind of cool. I'm sorry, I got excited and stuff. So, may you all have a blessed full moon. May you all have a great week. And may you all get everything that there is that your heart desires. Thank you.